What's up, guys? I'm Coach Marco from Sweet Science. I'm the owner of Sweet Science Boxing and MMA here in Hawthorne, California. We've been in business for 16 years. Today we had our first ever media day meet and greet, open workout, whatever you want to call it, where we had our 4 professional boxers. We actually had 5 professional boxers, 4 of them from our gym, and we did this today because 4 of those boxers are fighting in February, which is it's a lot of boxers in 1 month, right?
So let's start with. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
You're one of the most promising fighters, undefeated super lightweight prospect Joey Abudi.
Yes.
He's fighting on February 8th, along with
Brian Albaran.
Yeah,
he's 2-0.
and there is a female, a lady by the name of
Stephanie
she doesn't
Simon.
train with you, but she was here for the meet and greet. Stephanie Simon.
Stephanie Simon.
Yes.
She was here for the meet and greet. She's a good friend of ours. We've known her from the amateur days.
Okay.
You know, especially when Joey Abudi was fighting at the nationals and making it to the finals of all those nationals. We were always seeing Stephanie there too. You know, so we said, hey, Stephanie, come work out with us, and you know, that way we could get more people to see her and to see our fighters too. So you know.
Did you see a good turnout for the event?
Yeah, it was the first time we ever did this, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna go.
Okay.
I invited like hundreds of people,
okay,
and obviously only a handful of media showed up, but we're super thankful that you know you did.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, it means a lot to the fighters. You know, none of the fighters are signed, but they're good fighters.
I was asking that question to Joey a little earlier today about the process of some of your fighters being signed by these big name promoters. What would it take, Coach?
Yeah, well, you know, we were signed with a promoter before, but we didn't really have a consistent plan of fighting, and really when you're coming out the gate, coming out of amateurs with 70 amateur fights and being one of the top 3 in the country, I mean, you got to be fighting like once a month, every 2 months, and we didn't have that. Right now, Joe only has 5 pro fights in 2 years, and he hasn't fought in a year, but this year we're trying to fight like every month, every other month. So I already have him lined up to fight February 8th, All-Star Promotions with Ed Holmes and Frankie. She's also the promoter at the Commerce Casino. They do great shows. It's a great place to showcase your prospects. They have a big crowd. Joey's fighting, Brian's fighting, Stephanie's fighting on that card, and hopefully we get to 6-0 after that, and then we have another fight lined up in London against a kid named Arnie Dawson. It's supposed to be at Chelsea Stadium April 5th. That's
a big opportunity.
Yeah, Joey and Brian are actually lined up, have contracts to fight on that one.
Okay.
And yeah, Joey's taking on an undefeated guy over there, and we're obviously we're going to win. We're not going just to, hey, let's have a free trip. Yeah, Joey's not signed right now by any promoter. I talked with a promotional company a while ago, and they initially said they were interested to sign Joe, and then they said, well, let's talk, let's sit at the table and see what you guys can offer. And then they said, well, you know, we want to see how good he is and see if he can sell tickets. And they said,
it's a long process. Right?
Yeah, but they said, hey, we want to see if we could at least sell 100 tickets. And I'm like, guys, you know, he could sell 100 tickets, but that's not what I'm looking for. Like, I have a real fighter. You know, he's really good, and he can go sell 100 tickets for anybody. But I'm looking for a promoter that's going to promote us too, right? Yeah, exactly. Because we're focused. Well, you know, we're not focused on social media. We're focused on being the best boxer we can be. And the promoter told me, and I'm not going to say who the guy is.
There's no need.
But yeah, of course, right? Because we might still work. But the promoter was like, oh, well, I got Olympians and other fighters that want to fight for me, you know, and so why should I sign your guy? I go, well, my guy, I said, he's better than these Olympians. Trust me, he is. He goes, nah, he's like, I doubt that. I doubt he's that good. I'm like, well, then fuck you. What do I need to talk to you about that for, you know? Okay. And whatever, we left it at that. But that promoter, we sparred one of his best guys the other day, not even in our weight class, and Joey manhandled him. Okay. You know, and the guy's 19-1, and Joey manhandled him, kind of embarrassed him a little bit at his own gym. You know, hey, maybe it was an off day. Respect. I know fighters have off days, but Joey's the real deal. He's a good fighter, and this year we're gonna make a name for ourselves. And if you didn't sign him now and take care of him now, you're gonna want to sign him later, and then you're gonna pay more. And that's just how it's gonna be. And if you don't want to pay more, that's fine. We'll find somebody who will, and because if you see him fight, if you put him up against, I don't care, Devin Haney, come over here, we'll spar you. Kane Sandoval, I think he's a great fighter. I'd love to spar him. You guys will see how good he is, okay? And then somebody will be like, you know what? We need to fucking sign this kid right now. But that's the truth, but anyways, that's how excited I am. But, we developed our guys from the amateurs all the way up. Joey's been with me since he was 17. He's 23 years old now. He's going to hit his prime in the next 3-4 years. And he's going to be a force. This kid in 70 amateur fights, never got knocked down, never got 8 counted. If he lost the fight, it was the very, very close fight.
So you were molding him the right way then?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not trying to go pro because, we're pro fighters. No, if you don't have a good boxer that can compete against the best people, why the hell are you even in there?
Yes.
Because your guys are going to get knocked out. They're going to get hurt. They're going to get killed. I'm not trying to have okay, there's a place for B-side fighters, but we've spent time, me, Coach Jamal, we've developed these guys the last 5-6 years, winning tournaments, taking them to nationals, grooming them. I don't even want to consider you for a pro unless you've had 40 amateur fights, at least, and Joey had 70. I got one guy, he's making the debut, he had 11, Jamal, but he had 8 knockouts, and he's 27 years old.
Is he ready, Coach?
Yeah, he's ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the guy we're fighting at Orange County February 13th is a tough dude. He's got a hard head, but you're getting knocked out too, buddy. I'm just telling you right now, he's getting knocked out.
So we covered Joey Abudi, Jamal Evans, Ryan Albaran, Guy Sims, right? What can you tell us about Guy Sims?
Guy is an amazing athlete. When he came out of high school, he had football scholarships, played a little bit of college football, then decided to do boxing. We took on a guy that was, I think, 1-0 or 2-0 on his debut, the last Orange County fight. His name's Oscar Trejo, really good, tough little boxer, and we lost a split decision there.
Okay.
Not really what I wanted to do for a debut.
Yes.
But when you're doing your debut, you got to pay for your medicals. That's $1,000. Then you got to sell some tickets.
So much on your mind.
Yeah,
right?
but here's a little trick for you guys, right? If you take a B side and they don't know shit about you, you can sneak up on them and beat the guy who's the A side. And then you got paid. They paid for your medicals, your licensing.
Your next fight, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you're good. Once you're licensed and medical, you're good to go. You can keep fighting, and it doesn't come out of your pocket.
How much does a fighter keep, Coach, for that first pro fight? Very little, right? Without discussing,
maybe
disclosing
a few $100s,
right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's where your sponsors come in. And,
okay.
That's why you got to patch up your shorts and get whatever support you can. And that's why we did this, because none of my fighters are signed right now. Stephanie, who was a 5-time national champion, she spars Sandy Ryan to get her ready for the Michaela Mayer fight. And she's having trouble finding somebody to believe in her, which is ridiculous because she's one of the best female boxers I've ever seen.
She told me, she chose her story. She said she wants to try out being through the free agency steps first. Yeah, because,
it's a business, everybody's trying to get something for nothing, but, we're the fighters and the coaches, we're the ones that put the work in. The promoters and the people have the money, but, you can't have one without the other, so I mean, let's see if things work out for her. I hope she gets signed, but I hope she gets what she deserves. So she's a great boxer, But that's why we did this, because if nobody's going to come and watch us, we're going to put it together ourselves.
Okay.
And God bless that you came and a few other outlets came.
I got lots of content, Coach.
Yeah, so I mean, it worked out great. At first I was nervous because I was like, oh shit, I've never done this before.
Okay. Turned out pretty good.
But it turned out okay, and with Brian, I was holding the mitts. I started feeling it a little bit. So, you know what? This is what I love about boxing, right? We have a big fight. I'm always nervous. I get you're walking up to the ring, I get nervous. But once that bell rings, I'm sure it's for the fighter. Once the bell rings, the nerves go away. I get in the corner, you give them instructions. You know, and
Do
it's
you
like,
think some of your fighters enjoy themselves while the fight's going on?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're putting all those punches together that
yeah.
they went over and over and over in the gym.
Absolutely. I think, how do you not enjoy it, especially if you're being good at it, you know?
Okay.
And that's kind of why we do it, and that's why, you know, we're entertainers, right? We're trying to put on a show, and then you get to a certain level that you can do things that you want, you know? You know, like Benavidez, you know, he can let his hands go. You know, he loves it when he...
You're watching it tonight,
Oh,
Coach?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we enjoy it, and we want to get better. 16 years I've had this gym, a long time, and I think this is the year that you're going to see Sweet Science make a mark in this country, in the world, with our fighters. Joey Booty's going to make his mark.
All the exposure that all the hard work deserves, deservedly so. Once you see your fighter succeed, you know, overseas.
Absolutely, and it's not just it's for all the people who've been here over the years, who have trained with me, come and gone, you know.
Okay.
We're still at it, we're still chasing the dream, and we're gonna make some big waves this year. I'm 100% confident that this is the year, you know. So I still have, so those are 4 fighters boxing in February. I still have maybe 3 or 4 others that are really, really good that are going to debut later this year too. So the fighters we're going to be cranking out of here, people are going to say, wild card who?
Okay.
They're going to say, oh, it's that Sweet Science.
Right.
You know, everybody wants to go to wild card, and we'll go over there and get sparring. But if you are the very best, the Conor Ben, Devin Haney.
They've all been here.
No, they need to get their ass over here.
Okay.
Because the work with the better work is here. We go to almost every gym in LA and we handle our business.
Right.
Guaranteed. I got a 195 pounder who's in the Olympic trials. He's got a lot of knockouts. Cruiserweight, future cruiserweight champion. I got Jamal. He can bang at 160 with pretty much anybody. Joey can get into the ring with anybody in the world. Anybody in the world.
So you got the hidden gems.
Yeah.
In the sport of boxing here at your gym, right?
Please, please, please. If you think you are the best, come and test yourself here, because we'll show you if you are or not. That's pretty much it.
Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you for sharing your story, and I am honored that I actually got to visit your gym and I actually got to meet and know a little bit more about your fighters, and I definitely wish you what you want, what it is to give the gym the name that you deserve, and the recognition from all those fighters and all the boxing media across the world.
Thank you. I want to say one last thing. There's a gym in Cuba. It's the oldest gym out there. It's called Rafael Trejo.
Okay.
And everybody goes to that gym because it's been there the longest. And I guess Rafael Trejo was like a famous trainer over there, and he owned that gym.
Well, you're not related to
No, but I'm a Trejo too.
Yes.
And we're going to make our mark too.
There you go. There you have it. Thank you very much, Marco Trejo, owner and founder at Sweet Science Gym in Hawthorne, California. Thank you very much, Marco.